How is it going then, everybody? Hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. Today, we're going to be talking to you about how you can deal with opponents that are playing high pressure, how you can stay calm and composed and deal with the team press that is quite strong at the minute on FIFA 20. If you are interested, guys, we do stream every day over on twitch.tv, 2 p.m. till 6 p.m. Monday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. UK time. Head on over there, link in the description if you're interested. We're going to go ahead and break down some gameplay, and then when we've broken the gameplay down, I'm going to talk to you about tips and everything that you can do in certain scenarios. So in this sort of situation, you can just see that we're boxed in quite a lot. We haven't really got any passes on that are quite good. What we should be looking at doing is looking and playing the way that we're facing back to our centre-back. Instead, I actually play quite a risky pass. One of the things that I do struggle with, to be honest with you, is team press, because I like to be able to press myself. When someone does it to me, I'm a little bit meh. One of the things you can look for, which I will talk about, is going out to your fullbacks. They are kind of your route out. You can look for a simple 1-2. You'll either get space in the middle if they track that fullback, or you will get space out on the wings if they don't track the fullback. A simple 1-2 with the fullbacks can do absolute bits for you. Always keep in mind that when the opponent is pressing you, your fullbacks are probably going to be on for you to be able to find them and kind of see your way out. So always have a look at that. Now, one of the things that a lot of people tend to get wrong is inside the box when you get pressed and you don't know where to go. You should not be looking at playing a pass inside the box here to your defenders. You want to go where you're facing, route one. Okay, go back to the keeper. If you can find your way out from the keeper, that's absolutely fine. If you can't, boot it long. Don't be afraid to do that. What you've got to constantly have in your mind is thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead of the opponent. So if you are getting pressed, always think, I can pass there, then I can pass there. You've got to have a way out. That's kind of what you've always got to have constantly on your mind. If you do enjoy this video, guys, please let me know by dropping a like, and you can subscribe to the channel. There is actually nearly 80% of you guys that are watching these videos that aren't subscribed. So do subscribe. If you are interested, we have a Discord server where you can get better arranged friendlies, all that sort of thing, with over 1,000 members in now. So get involved in that if you want to, and you can have a little bit of fun in there. But let's go back into the gameplay. So let's talk about pressing as well. One of the things you've got to be able to understand when you are being pressed is the fundamentals of pressing. If you've missed the video on how to press, make sure you watch that. I'll put a link up above me now. When you know how someone presses and what they're looking for, it makes your job easier in holding the ball, okay? Because you know that they're going to cover that next passing lane. They're going to cover this passing lane. They're going to press here. And then you know, okay, don't play the ball out to that player, because that's who he's going to press next, because that looks the logical pass. You can just see here, I'm going to go and press this opponent. He faces the wrong way to play the pass in, but then watch what I do. I don't notice that he switches to that player. That's the next logical pass. I should never have played that pass into the player there, because the Messi, you'd already switched to him, and that's what a good presser will do. This was a very good player that we played against here. Another fundamental is cutting the passing lane. So at the minute, we're going to cut the passing lane, which means that this pass is no longer on. I've put the Vieira in front of it. What a lot of you guys do is you put the Vieira in front of the passing lane, but then you don't press him. You just stand there and let him walk forward with a De Jong. We then drop forward, we put the little bit of pressure on and win the ball back. As I spoke earlier on, look at the fullbacks. They're your way out when you are being pressed. When you're, receiving a ball into your goalkeeper, into your centre-back, and you're being pressed, look for the little dink passes to the fullback. Look for the through balls to the fullback. If they're not on, then you go long. The fullbacks are going to be absolutely crucial here for you to kind of find your way out. Again, another little situation. Guys kind of box it in. There's not really much on here. So what are we going to do? We're going to look for some drag backs and some ball rolls and use our 2 CDMs. When it comes to being pressed, guys, you've got to consider using the L2, LT button to jockey. If someone comes in, you've got your back to your opponent, use the L2, LT button to shield and make sure that you're fighting for the ball. And then also having a ball roll and a drag back in your locker is so crucial. So you can just see here, guy comes in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold L2, LT, just to shield the ball a little bit if he came in for the tackle, a little bit of dribbling to find my way out, and that's what we do. If you haven't watched our dribbling and skill move video, I would highly recommend doing that, because that's going to teach you the fundamentals of how to see yourself out of trouble. Another situation, the passing lane is covered. A lot of people tend to here look for this wing, and it's like you're walking yourself into trouble. As I've already spoke about, play the way you're facing. If there's a man free, you go that way. Now, what you can do here, which, it's a little bit not so much playing the way you're facing, but looking for that drag back. That's where the little bit of space is, just so we can kind of see our way out of trouble. We had a man out on the left wing, but we chose not to use him. We chose to go for the little drag back. That is going to be so beneficial for a lot of you guys if in and around, you know, the opponent's half and they are trying to press you, when you've got the drag backs in your locker, the ball rolls, to kind of see yourself out of trouble, that can go really a long way in making sure that you are, you know, you're holding the ball and you're not giving it away in kind of silly areas. One of the things that I will say as well, guys, is that you need to stay calm when you are being pressed. Just think about it, that if you stay calm, you can actually transition from defense to attack, because all you've got to do is beat their attacking and midfield line, and then you're in on the defense because they're pressing so hard. That's what you look to go into. Again, a situation here, I actually get a little bit lucky, really, in my opinion. I drag back into trouble here. What I should be doing is looking at finding the right back, going to the centre back, and recycling, really. I get very lucky there, and that's asking for trouble, all right? Because I drag back into an area where the opponent, you know, it was a little bit crowded. There's a chance that I give that away and all of that sort of stuff. So, you know, you have to be very careful on playing the way you're facing. Don't drag back into trouble. But when you are in a sticky situation where they're pressing you quite well, the drag back can be really good at getting you out that little bit of trouble. So make sure you kind of utilize it. What I'm going to do now is just kind of go through and talk to you about some little tips, some things that you need to take into account when you are doing it. So we've kind of discussed that you want to be able to find the fullbacks as much as possible, use the wings. What's going to happen when you get pressed is the attackers are going to try and press every single player, and then the midfield will follow suit and everyone works as a team together. However, if you can beat that attacking line and that midfield line with a little dink pass over, with a pass into your fullback and then down the line, you've got past them. You know, you beat the press now. Now you can go and get the ball on the edge of their box. You can pass it around. You can try and find any little pockets of space inside the box, that sort of thing. And you can see the game out there. A lot of the times you will get pressed when you are, you know, 2-0 up and it's the 80th minute. A lot of you guys will say, okay, I'm going to keep the ball on the edge of my box. No, you don't want to do that, because if you give the ball away on the edge of your box, that is the chance for the opponent to grab the ball, put the ball in the back of the net straight away. You want to hold it outside their box. Reason being, you give the ball away, at least they've got to transition from defense to attack. Now, when you are, you know, defending and then you win the ball back, that is going to be the key time for you to give the ball away. The best way for someone to press you is they give the ball away, they go and win the ball back straight away. Why is that? Because you as a defender at the minute, you are focused so much on defending as a whole. You're not thinking about, if I win the ball here, where are my passes? So what do I want you to do in the future now? When you are defending, you need to constantly be thinking about, if I win the ball back here, where is my escape route? Where are my free men? Just have a little glance, keep a little eye on where everyone is on the pitch so you get that idea. If any of you drive a vehicle, you'll think about when you're on the motorway, what you get taught is, if you are going to be involved, you know, if there's a crash ahead of you, you need to be able to know where is your escape route, and you need to know that. And that's the exact same in these sort of situations. Always know where your escape route is. There's an analyst analogy for you. So thinking about the 2 steps ahead. And again, so if you can know the fundamentals of pressing and cutting the passing lanes, you will in turn be better at knowing how to deal with a press. Because if you can press yourself, you're going to understand, where's the guy going to put the next bit of pressure on? Where are they going to cut the passing lane? Put yourself in the opponent's shoes. You think, where is he going to go forward? Where is he going to press? And that will help you absolutely massively. I think the basic rule to take away from this is play the way you're facing. Don't overcomplicate it. If you need to go back to the keeper, that's fine. You can play the ball back to the keeper. If there is an escape route, that little L1, LB, square or X, dink pass over the attackers and into the midfield line, you can look for that. But let's say if there's nothing on and you're really not too sure, don't try and play the risky pass to the fullback if it's marked. Boot it long, give it up to the man up front. If you can win the header, great. Do what Richard Buckley does, play for the second ball, and hopefully that will work wonders for you. Sometimes you do just have to do that, guys, and then just kind of see yourself out that way. It's better to boot the ball and give the ball away in the opponent's half than try and play it out to that CM that's marked, that left back that's marked, and then you give the ball away and he's only got 1 or 2 passes, he's in on goal instead of 4 or 5 passes coming in from the middle of the park. So definitely make sure you look at doing that. And then kind of the other thing for you is to just constantly be thinking about holding that L2 button. If anyone ever comes in from you from behind, hold that L2, that LT button to shield the ball. It gives you much more of a chance of coming out with the ball and not having any issues with it. And a ball roll and a drag back can be absolutely crucial and seeing yourself out of trouble in those sort of scenarios. So please make sure that you have the ball roll in your locker, you have the drag back in your locker, that when things get a little bit spicy and you can't play the way you're facing and you've got that, you know, that pass to the centre back behind you, but you just need to turn around instead of trying to play a 180 pass and it being risky, just make sure you try and do the drag back to find him and then play the way you're facing from that as well. And then kind of the last little point is, I do notice a lot of you guys, when you are trying to see out a game, you're trying to deal with someone that is pressing against you. You try and switch it from left back to right back constantly, switch it. And it's just asking for trouble, all right? Keep the ball on the deck, try and play it directly into feet. That's going to do so much better for you. When you try and do a switch, it might pass it to the wrong player because the game can be a little bit silly like that at times, and you can also not put enough power on it. You can get it wrong and everything like that. So sometimes it is just better keep the ball on the deck as you know, your priority. But then if you really have no way out, then you can find that boot it long, boot it to the fullback on the other side of the pitch, whatever it is. But try not to do it too much because you guys do it an absolute load when I look at your gameplay. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please do let me know by dropping a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. We do upload every single day at 5 PM. I do want to thank you all very much for watching this video. I hope you pop over to the Twitch stream over the near future. Come and say hello. That's where I answer a lot of your questions. And I will catch all of you tomorrow at 5 PM for our next video.